Hello JMUVSA, this is Stephen here. I am the president of the Mid-Atlantic Union of Vietnamese Student Associations. And I want to show you a little presentation about who we are, what we've been doing, and what's coming up. So this is MAUVSA. This was our original logo. It was a lion to symbolize pride and unity within our Mid-Atlantic Union. I want you to know who we are, what we've done, and where we're going. So a long time ago, our schools were locked in rivalry. The Vietnamese student community was sort of a dark place. There's a lot of competition. Turkey Bowl, no one talked to each other, no one knew each other. When we visit each other's schools, there wasn't a place to sleep. You pretty much go home, and there was a lot of talking behind the scenes. So we came together and worked tirelessly over a year in 2006 to plan our structure, our mission, constitution, networking, and building out our foundations. We signed, stamped, and sealed our constitution in 2007. So these are the 8 schools that are involved within the Mid-Atlantic Union: George Washington University, University of Virginia, Georgetown University, University of Maryland, Virginia Tech, JMU, VCU, and George Mason. So our old logo was replaced last year at our retreat when we voted for the new one. And this is our new logo. The lines represent the intertwining of our region, sort of representing the metro system. The lines in our metro system. The stars represent the schools within our union, and you can see Linh Hội Sinh viên Việt Nam Mid-Atlantic or Mid-Atlantic Union Vietnamese Student Association is outlined on the outside. So you're going to be seeing this logo a whole lot more now. So this is the first time we all met together in the same room. We're trying to figure out what we're doing. That's me on the left side. I remember Linda Ha was the first person to come to this meeting from JMU. This is us at UVA as we started building out our union. This is what we've done. We've gone to VASCON 4, which was at Georgetown. We've been to 4 different UNAVSA conferences: UNAVSA 4, UNAVSA 6, UNAVSA 7, UNAVSA 8. UNAVSA 4 was in New Orleans. Number 6 was in Georgia. Number 7, we hosted ourselves at the Hyatt in Crystal City. And number 8 was in Denver most recently. We've had 4 annual MAUVSA conferences. We've called them retreats. They've been like one-day conferences in 07, 08, 09, and 10. 07 was in Virginia Tech, 08 was in VCU, 09 was at George Mason, and 2010 was recently at University of Virginia. We've had 4 annual MAUVSA galas, one at UMBC, 2 at Fortune, and 1 at Harvest Moon. This is us in New Orleans for that very first time. This is us at the first MAUVSA conference at Virginia Tech. This is us hosting the UNAVSA conference at Hyatt, UNAVSA 7. That was 2 years ago. This is us at the George Mason MAUVSA conference. And this is us most recently in Denver. We brought about 22 people out to represent our region. What else have we done? We've done a AA Success College Resource Fair. We have our nonprofit status, which we achieved in our second year. We volunteer at the Tet Trung Tu festivals at Eden Center and the Indoor Festival at Thomas Jefferson. We had multiple summits. Summits are when our schools come together, sit at the same table, and work together on initiatives. The Collective Philanthropy Project, which you should be aware of, we've raised over $36,000 and contribute to a combined national total of $280,000. For the Catalyst Foundation, Vietnamese Overseas Initiative for Conscious Empowerment, Viet Hope, Vietnamese American Heritage Foundation, and Blue Dragon Children's Foundation. This is helping children in Vietnam that are in poverty, people in Cambodia that don't have proper documentation. Viet Hope was helping build schools in Vietnam. Vietnamese American Heritage Foundation was helping document the Bo people experience by collecting 500 stories. The Blue Dragon Children's Foundation, which was last year, was about trying to prevent human trafficking in Hue, Hanoi, and Saigon. So this is a picture of us volunteering at the Tet Festival. This was last year at Thomas Jefferson Middle School. We did the same thing this year. I believe UMCP and George Mason were able to come out. This is us volunteering at the Eden Center Tet Festival, in which we got to MC, we got to do games, and I got to judge the pageant. It was a whole lot of fun, and it built our relations within the community. So the communities began to see the greater importance of the MAUVSA network. This is us at our very most recent gala. We've raised over $13,000 last year for the Blue Dragon Children's Foundation, and this year we're going to be raising money for Children of Vietnam, which is located in Charlottesville, so that's right in our backyard, and that's to help kids with disabilities. This is what our summits look like. All of us sitting around the tables, very smart representatives from each school vying for their own interests and the interest of our region as a whole. This is us at our very most recent election. This is where I got voted in as president. It was a competitive election, so it wasn't just everyone running unopposed. So we had a lot of talent that was running for our organization because we see that our organization is growing, and we need the best and the brightest to be running this organization. What else have we done? We stopped Aaron Mark from doing sweatshop, using that sweatshop work for their clothing, which was very much credited towards Georgetown and their protest. We've been on SBTN, VATV. We participated in the Turkey Bowl and Duke Bowl, helping relations with that. The VALAC collaboration was with our last gala with the National Congress of Vietnamese Americans. We collaborated with the Boat People SOS with their 500 Leaders in 5 Years initiative. We've done town halls in Northern Virginia. So I want to know, the region is bigger than just ourselves. We belong to a national network. This is our sworn enemy. Every single region needs a rival. So our rival is the UVSA Midwest. They are a combination of 20 different VSAs within the Midwest. They are evil. We're rivals with them so we can learn best practices, figure out how to grow our region similar like theirs and possibly even better. And they're going to be coming down to our conference that's coming up very soon in the winter. So this is how everything fits together. Our schools are out there, up at the top. Mid-Atlantic Union of Vietnamese Student Association hopes to be the mesh that binds the UNAFSA, UVSA Midwest, SoCal, Southern California. The National Congress are external entities. So we're sort of the web that brings all these other external entities to our local level. This is a map of the United States. You can see there's many VSAs out there. The circles represent actual UVSAs, and then there are developing regions out there. Our region of only 8 schools is just as strong as the Midwest's 20. And SoCal is over there in the west, and NorCal. And I just wanted you to know that we are a part of a greater network. So this is supposed to represent many of the VSAs that are out there. What's coming up? We have our regional MAUVSA Advanced Conference, and this is going to be in Maryland. It's going to be within the second or third week of January. We're finalizing the venue right now, and this is an extension of our previous retreat. Our retreat used to be one day, and now we're moving it to a Friday afternoon to Sunday after Sunday lunchtime conference. So it's going to be just about 48 hours worth of activities. Entrepreneurs, keynote speeches. It's a chance for our union to show what we're about. We're going to be having visitors from outside of our region come. So there's going to be over 50 people from across the nation coming to visit and see what Mid-Atlantic's got to offer. So we really encourage your members to start setting aside some calendar time in January to make it out to this. And also, we're looking for staff. So talented people have a little bit of extra free time to help us with programming, logistics, the entertainment portion. And there's also some other roles like finance, sponsorship, and registration that they can help join on. The website is conference.mauvsa.org, and it's very easy to sign up. We really encourage you to get involved at a higher level with our own conference. So my email is president@mauvsa.org. The conference email is staff@mauvsa.org. If you have any more questions.